Hey guys, Super Cooper here and welcome to Nintendo Uncovered Week 6. Today's topic, which we're going to actually be starting kind of like a topic, to see what is the stupidest character that you can find in Super Smash Bros. Brawl. And we're going to take a vote, well not Brawl, but the new game coming out for Wii U and 3DS. So what is the stupidest character request you have heard out of all of these? Is it A. Ridley, B. Tails, C. Ditto, D. Slippy Toad, which is not a Mario character by the way, or E. Goku? Yeah, I'm pretty much going with E for myself because Goku's not a video game character and people need to stop requesting it. Also, we've heard of Sonic, and we've heard of Steve from Minecraft, and I've heard pretty much every single stupid excuse for a character in the book. So, but never underestimate the power of Sakurai. Only some of them you might have to because they're not even video game characters. The characters that would make sense at all, like Wispy Woods from Kirby. Yeah. Anyway, the poll result from last week, we got one vote, and I think there was a hacked account because I think Cranky Kong took over some accounts like he did the Nintendo account on Twitter. And Cranky voted for himself on Armando's account, I think. He put it in all capitals as well. So Cranky Kong got one vote for the best Donkey Kong character, which I find a little interesting. So hopefully that Cranky doesn't hack any more accounts. Well, I guess he's got nothing better to do. We already finished the whole game that's out now, so anyway, maybe he's gonna try to get into Mario Kart 8. I don't know. We'll have to see. So, I hope you guys will enjoy this episode today. We've got a lot of stupid things going on for, well, at least one character that might be kind of stupid. But we also have some valuable information for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you guys for watching. And we'll see you guys right now. Bye guys. Alright, hello guys, and we're here with another weekly update, and I am pretty excited about this one because at first I thought we'd get a pretty bad week, because when it started out it's like, okay, what are we getting here? But it ended out in a bang. Well, actually, it ended out in a shock, literally. So you guys will see what happens there. But first off, we have our first picture of the day, which is Diddy Kong. And this was obvious since Diddy Kong was released last week. But this gives us some valuable information about Diddy Kong. So it says, the twin rocket barrels are back, now with the ability to launch along more horizontal trajectories. They can also come off when opponents hit them mid-boost. Now, in the end part, the rocket barrels, like when they were hit in the air, they sometimes flew off when a person hit you in midair, sended you pretty much free-falling, and your recovery is broken, so you had no way of recovering, unless there was a stage underneath you, and it pretty much made you vulnerable to attacks from on the ground and stuff. It just lets you be a sitting duck, pretty much. Sitting Kong, I guess that's what you can call it. But that hasn't changed, but it looks like the rocket barrels have a little bit. So it's been tweaked a little bit to launch at more horizontal trajectories. So that means that it can go left and right a little bit more. So that might make recoveries a little bit easy. Also, it might hinder some edge guarding as well, since we heard that edge guarding was tweaked a little bit. But this will really, if you're playing as Diddy Kong and you can launch at horizontal trajectory, you can just launch to the side of like the stage. Now whoever's on the thing, maybe even get a meteor smash. I don't know what kind of effect it'll make. It'll at least blow them off enough time to recover. And if you just want to fall off the stage, do that, get the person off the ledge. It's so easy. So we'll see how that comes into play a little bit more, but it's interesting how this is going to work. I don't know if it actually means that when you're on the ground you can actually launch sideways, and if he turns his rocket barrel pack, or it just means that he can launch... This is what it seems more like, anyway, but it seems like he can launch in more sideways directions horizontally. And not too much else in this picture, just him. His eyes are priceless. I mean, seriously, most of the people in the community says that they want to just use this move just to see his reaction and his expression on his face. Also, we get to see, I think this is like the first time that we see Villager like getting hit, besides like him being hit with DDD's hammer. I believe that's the only time we see him getting hit besides that. He flies back pretty hilariously, and if you notice Little Mac flying back, I was playing Super Smash Bros. Brawl this week, and I was playing as Little Mac over Captain Falcon, and him and Captain Falcon have some serious similarities, including this same move right here. If you look at Captain Falcon, when he gets hit like that, he goes flying in the exact same manner. I think it's so funny because they're such similar characters in that sort of way. It's so funny that the hack works perfectly over that, and they go together, but it's still not a clone. But it's still got similar punches, like Little Max, when he fills out the power meter, it's a one-hit KO, and then Captain Falcon's is the Falco Punch, which, I mean, that thing is almost OP. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I can say about this picture. Yeah, that's pretty much it for that one. Alright, going on to pick of the day number 2. Before I go on to that, I want to touch on base on one little thing. For the Diddy Kong picture, you notice that he did not include pick of the day for the first time in over 145 posts. Actually, more like 180. So that is a lot to not include pick of the day. I mean, seriously, how could he forget that? That was just a mistake at his part, I guess. Anyway, going on to day 2, we're shown a picture of the boxing ring stage, and it says pick of the day. There are actually 2 versions of the boxing ring stage. This ring is the Smash Bros. Version, and then it shows this picture seen here. And I don't know if this supports what I said a few weeks ago when I did my Little Mac thing, but this might actually support it a little bit more. We don't know yet. And in the second picture he shows, he includes another. He says, and this one is the Punch-Out WVBA design. King DDD really likes fighting in the ring, doesn't he? And King DDD, that's a reference to the Kirby games where you fought King DDD on a wrestling ring stage, and that was very prominent in Kirby Superstar Ultra and pretty much all the Kirby games. So it looks like right here there's 2 different boxing rings. Now, first of all, my impressions are, why would you take a Smash Bros. Game, add 2 of the same stages? And I mean, these things are similar. Like, so similar, it's just a texture change. So why would they include 2 different versions of the stage? That's definitely wasting a spot for something else. But then that had me wondering, and this could totally defeat my purpose, or it could support it 100%. Last time when I did the Little Mac, kind of like prediction, and I discussed it a little bit more, I said that, like when you play Little Mac on the boxing ring stage, it turns into the WVBA, which stands for World something. I actually played Punch-Out this week. I got it from the library, and I'm going to be doing I can't actually spoil this yet, but sooner or later when the Smash Bros comes out, or it's closer to coming out, I'm going to be doing some special videos pertaining to all the newcomers. So yeah, spoiler alert. But I said that when you play Little Mac, the WVBA design will come up, and then when you play as any other character, it'll just come up as the boxing ring. Same as, and I said this last time, Toon Link, when he appears on the Spirit Trains, that Alfonso would appear. And same with, I'm thinking also the Villager, when he plays on the Animal Crossing stage. That's another mystery that still needs to be solved. What two variations of that stage? Why would they make two Animal Crossing stage? I mean, one could be Smashville, like Smashville remade, but why wouldn't they bring back the original, like the one, like an exact replica of the one on the Wii? So I'm like, what is this? So I'm thinking that when you play Villager, you'll get the city stage, since he's like in his city folk sorta, costume, or whatever you want to call it, kind of look and appearance. But I think that it would be really cool to see that, like, playing certain characters on certain stages. Like, maybe when you play, I don't know if this is possible, but play Mega Man, the Yellow Devil will appear. When you play Samus, Ridley will appear. Yeah, the combinations are limitless. But I think right now it's safe to say that, as with the Toon Link and Alfonso thing confirmed, I think this is very safe to say that they'll do the same thing with Little Mac and Villager on the Animal Crossing stage and the WVBA stage. So what do you guys think about this? I think that this is very possible that they could do this. The only thing that's totally ripping apart my theory here is that in this picture below, actually above, what you're seeing on the screen right now, you can see that there's Kirby and King Dedede, but we don't see any Little Mac. Now, Little Mac could just be off the stage, and, I mean, this stage is a wide stage. There's, like, a place where you can enter and stuff, so Little Mac could be off the screen, and that's very, very possible that they just wanted this to be Kirby and King Dedede, because Kirby fought King Dedede on a wrestling ring stage and all the other games, and then they just showed Mario and Bowser on the other one. So it's still, we still haven't seen any pictures of Little Mac on the regular boxing ring stage. So we'll have to see how that plays out, and we'll see if this rumor of mine is true. Alright, moving on to the next screenshot. This is day 3. This is one that was very late. When I woke up that morning, I actually stayed up an extra hour to find this, and it still wasn't up. So I went to sleep, and I woke up, and I saw this, and I'm like, wow, this is worthless, totally worthless, and I was laughing my face off. Well, then when I saw it and read it a little bit, I found this a lot more interesting. It says, pick of the day. Now consecutive standard attacks will always transition into a finishing move. This is Fox's finishing kick after his standard combo attack. Now, in the past Smash Bros. Games, there has been some characters that have had a continuous, what I call it is a jab rush. I'm not exactly, it's called consecutive standard attacks. Some of them were continuous punches or kicks that would go on, and it wouldn't stop. You just rack up points until you can somehow get out of it. These were on the characters such as, well, here we see Fox, also Kirby, Sheik, and I believe there was a few others that it functioned on. And I also thought Little Mac would function in a similar way, with like a jab rush, and that's how he would power up his power meter. But I see that's a little bit different now. He could still have a punch move like that, but now I see that that's not really part of his moves. So that's probably the only thing I was wrong on for Little Mac's moveset. Anyway, enough of Little Mac. I mean, I've talked about him too much lately. I mean, he is. But so yeah, we see Samus getting punched here again. Samus has been the sandbag of this until the sandbag is officially confirmed. I mean, seriously, Samus has been the sandbag. She's been punched around by Fox and Little Mac. I mean, these guys need to have some respect. I mean, seriously, she's gonna whoop your butt in Zero Suit Samus. going to be confirmed pretty soon, I'm sure, if it's back, which I'm sure it will be as well. So, these characters are getting a drastic moveset change, some of these. Now, it's not too drastic, it's not like a special move, which would be pretty drastic, or maybe a smash attack, or a final smash, which would be huge, to find out at least one final smash. Come on, it's been so long since we've got a final smash confirmation. Besides, you know, Little Mac again, but, you know, he's a newcomer. I'd really like to see the Villagers final smash, which I'm still voting for to be the Bees. Now, yeah, I'm not going to get into that because I know I'll rant on that for an hour how I want Villagers final smash to be the Bees. But, I mean, this is pretty cool. We've got some new moveset tweaks coming in for characters like Kirby and Fox, and we don't know about Sheik. I doubt she's coming back, actually, since we've got, like, the whole Zelda thing going on. I actually like the idea of Zelda being by her own. I mean, they could have waited to reveal Sheik, because if they do Sheik, they could easily do a texture for Impa, or maybe even Giraham over that, for, like, a special texture, but I still don't see Sheik coming back. I mean, she hasn't had a game. Well, it's supposed to be Zelda in Disguise, but Sheik hasn't had a game since, well, Ocarina of Time 3D, but Sheik really hasn't been in it much. I mean, the last time we've seen any of this Sheik tribe, or whatever, clan, whatever you want to call it, is, well, Skyward Sword. But that was Impa, and Impa looked a lot different to the original Impa design and the Sheik design. So, I mean, it's a lot different, but I still don't see Sheik coming back. So, it looks like we're just gonna be getting some extra, standard attacks for Kirby and Fox, and this is available for this is going into effect for all players that had the Jab Rush sort of move. It says now consecutive standard attacks will always transition it into a finishing move. So basically the Jab Rush was removed along with, you know, the tripping and stuff like that. So that's another thing that they took away. Alright, well, I am going to go to commercial really quick, but when we get back, we have a special reveal for you guys. It's a newcomer. We'll see you guys in a minute.
This is the National Wi-Fi Service. We'd like to tell you that Nintendo Wi-Fi connection is being terminated as of May 20th. People like Nintendo don't think that Wi-Fi is needed anymore for games like Mario Kart Wii, Mario Kart DS, Super Smash Bros. Brawl, and Pokemon. This Wi-Fi shutdown will be coming to effect as of May 20th for all regions of the world, including the USA and even Japan. This effect may result in damaging fits of rage, weeping and yelling, and running over your Nintendo system at 40 to 50 miles per hour. We advise you to stay inside, lock up your valuables, and pray that the hackers will be able to save the server. This has been the National Wi-Fi Service. In case of a real emergency, you would hear it from the radio and not from me. Thank you.
Alright, you guys, welcome back. Thank you for watching those commercials, and we are back to the Smash News where we have a Super Smash Bros. Newcomer. It's the one everybody wanted, and this is the confirmation of another Mario rap. It's Waluigi! Everybody's so excited for this. Yes, Waluigi is a newcomer, guys. Yeah, that's what everybody thinks. Yeah, until we read the description. It says, pick of the day. Once again, Waluigi's assist trophy joins the collection, which also means that he's not playable character. Just because you try hard doesn't mean you'll make it into the battle. So yeah, Waluigi's raging right now, as you can see. And he'll try to get in somehow. He'll just get in a costume, you know, Tingle. Yeah. Sorry, Waluigi, but Tingle probably won't make it in either. Sorry, they're not listening to Japanese people right now. But anyway, let's talk about this a little bit. Waluigi is an assist trophy. Now, I was actually gathering this week a list of assist trophies that I wanted to like do, and I almost left Waluigi out because I'm like, you know what? It's one of those characters that are still in the running. They can make him almost they couldn't really make him a boss. But, I mean, there's so many Mario reps that could be for an assist trophy. So, I almost left him out. But now, I'm glad I didn't. I ended up keeping him in. I'm pretty stupid to wonder why he wouldn't be left out in the first place. So, we see Waluigi here, and yeah, I'm done with him. I'm just kidding. He's got a little bit of an updated move, or, excuse me, not move. We don't see any moves here, basically, but I'll talk about that in a minute. He's got an updated look a little bit. You can see that the L on his hat is a little bit more outlined, where before it was just yellow with no outline. Also on his gloves, it doesn't look like there's too much done here. It looks just like his textures are just a little bit tweaked from, especially from the Brawl version, where everything was a lot darker and more like, I don't know, it was like real textured. This is more like HD. It looks fun. So, what is that he's holding in his hand, you guys? Is that his tennis racket? Yeah, it is. It looks like Waluigi's going to be getting the exact same move as he did in Super Smash Bros. Brawl. He's gonna run around, he's gonna knock you into the ground, he's gonna stomp you into the ground, he's gonna smack you in the face with the tennis racket. Yep, fun, right? Well, that's why Mario's hiding over there, and Luigi's just like, get me out of here. I'm pretty sure that he doesn't, he's pretty happy that he doesn't have to share the stage with his nemesis, his doppelganger Waluigi. So I'm pretty sure he's happy about that. He's probably ready to, like, ground pound him into, like, infinity. But this screenshot's pretty bland besides that. We see just Waluigi running around. So, this got me thinking a little bit. What other assist trophies for the Mario series could come in? I know we've had, let me think about this. Hammer Bro. We've had Lakitu and the Spinies, the original sprite. And Waluigi. But what other ones do you guys think that could be in here? And I actually thought of a few this week. And here are the ones that I came up with. So for the Mario series, I have Lakitu, Waluigi, and Hammer Bro for the veteran the coming back of the veteran assist trophies. But now I added some new ones, and I actually added quite a few, just for speculation. Some that will work really good as assist trophies. The first one is like my favorite, and this is the one that I'm like shooing to get in. It's the Angry Sun from Super Mario Bros. 3. Now, playing Super Mario Bros. 3, the Angry Sun was like the most tedious boss. I died so many times. He wasn't even a boss. He was a mid-level stage hazard. He was the most annoying thing ever. That stage was like the most annoying. You had to run, and then there were, on top of the sun, there was like the, I think it was like mini twisters that you had to get through, and you had to like throw blocks and stuff. That level was, oh my gosh. So I think the Angry Sun would be cool. It would work similar to how it does in the game, as well as the Pidgeot from Super Mario Bros. 2, or that's what you can call it, Doki Doki Panic, sort of that. But it would work like that. It would swoop down, and when it did, it would have like the burn effect, and it would burn anybody who it swoops down and touches. So I thought that would be really cool for an assist trophy there. Bowser Jr., since he's obviously not going to make it in the game, I mean, I'm actually still maybe hoping that they'll open up a rep somehow, but actually I'm not anymore. I took him off my roster totally. even for, like, on the chopping block or whatever. I took him off. He's got no chance anymore, I'm sorry, Bowser Jr. But, I can see him as an assist trophy. I can see him in the Koopa Clown car, throwing down bombs, or throwing items. I could see him in one of his, Super Mario Galaxy sort of appearances, especially because Rosalina is now in it. Or maybe in the airship. It could be either one of these three. I think it's most likely going to be the Koopa Clown car, if he makes it at all. The next one is Toad Brigade. This is from Super Mario Galaxy. This one I think is super likely, even more than Bowser Jr., because Toads are like one of the highly requested Mario reps, which is kind of sad. Because, I mean, we've got Peach, Mario, and Luigi, and Yoshi, and Bowser, but we don't have Toad. Well, why is it that we don't have Toad? Because he's weak, he has no moves, and he's Toad. That's basically all I gotta say. But he would work great as assist trophy with his friends, the Toad Brigade captain, and they would just, what this would do is they would stand at the bottom of the stage, like where you summon them. They would all walk back and forth. They would stay pretty much in one central located area, not going very far at all. They would walk back and forth, similar how it did in New Super Mario Bros. Wii. Like when you freed a Toad from a block, it just walked back and forth on the block. Well, it would work in the same manner, only you could bounce on the Toad's heads. This would work as a spring, like the spring item. I think that one would be really cool. The next one is Nabbit from New Super Luigi U and New Super Mario Bros. U. I think this would work exactly like, let's see, who is it? Munchlax, the Pokemon. He would come and he would steal the items. It's as simple as that. Nabbit would just run around. He would see an item, he'd go crazy, jump up and down, and he'd go and try to steal the item from on the stage. I think this would be a really ingenious assist trophy that would go with something, mechanic that's already in the game. The next one is Kamek, or Kamek, whatever you want to call it. This is like the Magic Koopa. This isn't more of the likely ones, but I think it's another, it's a good candidate. It would come around and it could summon Goombas maybe on the stage, or it could throw spells. It could transport around like back and forth, like through, it can like transport from one side of the stage to the other like it does in like the New Super Mario series and stuff like that. So I think Kamek would be really cool as an assist trophy. And the last one is kind of like from the Luigi spin-off series. It's Professor Egad. Now, Professor Egad, I don't know exactly what he would do exactly. I think if Luigi doesn't get any influence as his final smash as the Poltergust, I think that it would be cool to see Professor Egad like bring in the Poltergust and like try to suck people up. That's pretty much all I'm going to talk about for Mario assist trophies. I have a whole major list for assist trophies here, but I'm actually going to do a separate video later on my channel, so check that out. I'm going to make a whole assist trophy sort of roster. I also did a Pokeball roster. You can check that out on the Mario Fun Channel website in the Smashers Lounge, which the link will be in the description. Alright, enough about Waluigi. Wow, I talked a lot about Waluigi for a screenshot that would basically show nothing. But this was the final screenshot, and this was last night's for me. This actually got me really stoked, because it's a confirmation of a new Pokeball. And I have been really been loving the Pokemon series lately. I haven't been into it for a while, and then I finally got into it, and I'm loving it. So I was really hoping for a confirmation of a new Pokeball soon, and we got it, and it definitely delivered for me. Because my sister's been watching the Pokemon anime in the Kalos region from the new X and Y video game, and Dedenne, which is the character you see here, it's one of the new main characters that follows Bonnie and Clement and Ash. They are kind of like, he just met them, and he's getting around in the Kalos region. So, this is Dedenne, and he is an electric-type Pokemon, much like Pikachu. And Sakurai doesn't say much here. He just says, Dedene's hard at work too. And yes, he said pick of the day here. But he didn't really say this was a Pokeball. It's obvious because it wasn't on the website, but people at first were like, is this a real character? And obviously it's not, because look how tiny he is. It's really cool to see a new Pokeball, and as I said before, I made my Pokemon Pokeball list, and that's on the website. I made that tonight. I actually made it, like, really quickly. I took some Pokemon sprites and put them in. I put all that together, and so I'm really getting stoked about all the Pokemon in the Pokeballs that we'll see. We already have the confirmation of Palkia, and now Dedenne, and also Xerneas from the new X and Y video game. So we have 2 X and Y Pokemon confirmed for the Pokeball. Now, this is what I'm wondering. Will X and Y have a major influence on the Pokeballs this time? Or I think it's going to be we're going to get a few, maybe 2 or 3 X and Y representatives for Pokeballs. I think it's better that they X and Y distributed more to the Pokeballs and less to playable characters, because I don't want them to skip over the whole Black and White Gen 5. I really don't want them to skip over the whole Unova sort of thing for playable characters. So we're not getting Zoroark unless they see fit that we should have Lucario and Zoroark. I don't know. I took Zoroark off my roster, sadly, yes. But I think he could work as a texture for Lucario anyway, so I mean, I just like to see him in it either way. But I'm hoping to see the starters, the 3 starter Pokemon, in their starter form for Super Smash Bros. As playable characters, Oshawott, Snivy, and Tepig. Why do I say that? I say that because I like the starters, and they're cool, and I don't want to see 3 different kinds of evolved forms. I mean, that worked great in Brawl with Squirtle, Ivysaur, and Charizard, but I think that it would be best if you kept them the way they were as their starters, because they're pretty cool as their starter forms. I mean, they're not terribly strong, but some will be stronger in other attacks, and some won't be. So I still think that would be cool. But I really think that the Pokeballs will have more influence on the X and Y, and the characters should have influence on the playable roster. As for X and Y, I really only have 4 Pokemon that I want to be in it. I have, because I really don't know a lot about X and Y yet. Actually, 5. I have, Xerneas, Yveltal, Yveldal. I haven't really played the game yet, so I don't know how to say it. Fletchling, which is a bird type, flying type. I have, the 2 legendaries, and I also have Zygarde, which is a very mysterious legendary. So that's all I have for X and Y so far, but that's 5, and that's a lot, actually. And all the rest are pretty much Unova and Kanto, I think. Yeah, Kanto. So not, and I think barely any Johto or Hoenn. So, but anyway, that's pretty much all for the screenshot. Besides Marth in the background getting zapped here. Now, I didn't do too much research on this, but my sister, when she saw that, she said this might be Nuzzle, and this is one of his moves, Dedenne's moves, and it also works for Pikachu, which is not one of Pikachu and Ash's moves, but it could be Nuzzle. It almost looks like the start of Volt Tackle for Pikachu, but it obviously looks, it's kind of funny here because it makes an X shape. Now, we already have the X Bomb, and we have X and Y for Pokemon, and it's funny how this is kind of a reference to the games, how the lightning goes off in an X formation. Maybe it'll go off in a Y transformation for maybe the fire type, or I don't know. We'll see how that works out. I'm excited to see the legendary work, Xerneas. I'm very excited to see how he will work.
as a Pokeball, since he's already been confirmed. He is the one from Pokemon X. He is the Deer Fairy type. And I'm thinking that I really haven't studied his moves. I'm actually gonna make a Pokeball video. I'm gonna make an assist trophy and a Pokeball, and I'm gonna talk about the Pokeballs there later on. So I'm gonna cut it off now because I've been talking a lot about Pokeballs, assist trophies, and other mindless stuff like that. But I hope you guys enjoy this day, that you got a little bit more information about the Pokeballs, the assist trophies, and today's pictures. If you guys like this, give it a like, comment if you want with today's poll, what you guys think, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So thank you guys for watching. Visit our website, check us out, and come back next week for another Nintendo Uncovered. Thanks, guys.